Now, time. Yep, We already on this. We're still at the second arc. So, now in Avalon, the hardest battle in general. Well, the most difficult battle you'll ever face in second arc is basically the final battle of Avalon, because until that point, you would think your group or you soloing would be a good idea or would be fine. And then that dungeon will prove how much you're unprepared you are in that dungeon. Because most don't have cheats, they still have their ways of making sure you suffer. And the only true difficult battle in there is just the fighting against King Artorias in dragon form. Because he's the only one with cheats, and he's the only one who has specific cheats. Because even though there is a dungeon in Avalon that has a ticking time bomb, but you can power through it much easier than the final battle of Avalon by a clear mile. Because unless your luck is so bad, otherwise I don't see the argument, like, why would you say that's the most difficult then? So now in Azteca, the most difficult battle definitely is basically facing Balak. Not Balak. Well, Balak is difficult because you have to face him in two different dungeons. But I will say still it's basically the final battle because it's the only dungeon that has a very big matter. Because any other dungeon, you're not going to have a big matter because you know there are going to be people that's willing to help. Or you know it's going to be easier if one person does what the boss wants. So, and it does make it more confusing when there's players who think Mouster is not immune. That's what makes it difficult. Now, to end the second arc, in Chrysalis, the hardest battle is really the second to final main quest dungeon. The reason why I said that is because that's the multiple boss battles with multiple bosses with two different cheats. And also the players do sometimes make things a bit more complicated and a lot less easy sometimes. That's why I said it's the most difficult.